Hi guys, Dwayne here, and this is my next installment of my collection spotlight series, where I take one artist out of my collection and share my collection with you. So this video is focusing on Genesis and family. This is one of my more extensive collections in my collection. So, Genesis. And how many of you still have one of these? This was the 1980 tour. So, what I'm going to show is strictly my vinyl. Okay, I'm not going to show cassettes and CDs and DVDs and all that. This is strictly my Genesis and family vinyl collection. Okay, so I'm not, for relation of length, I'm not going to get into too much detail about every album. If you're watching this video and you have interest in watching this video, then there's not much I could probably tell you that you don't already know. Okay? But there is quite a bit here, so if you want, pause the video now, go to the restroom, get yourself a beer, glass of wine, Diet Coke, whatever, and sit back and enjoy my Genesis collection with me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 7 inches. And I'll start with a couple of basic domestic pieces. And this is the 7-inch for In Too Deep on Atlantic. The B side is I'd Rather Be You. Next is the 7-inch for Throwing It All Away. B-sided with Do the Neurotic. Now what's interesting about these is, I'll show you here, if you look at these two, this one has a barcode on the label, which is interesting. So just a couple of basics there. And then this is a domestic copy on Atlantic of Paperlate. Picture sleeve. And the next one, very, very similar, but is the import, UK import on Charisma of 3x3. And 3x3, this one is on the imprinted Charisma label in green. And 3x3 has Paperlate, You Might Recall, and Me and Virgil. And the import Charisma stuff, you know, the way the labels are just incredible. Okay. And these aren't in any necessarily chronological order either. Next is That's All. And this is a Charisma and Virgin. See here? And the front label is the flower scene, and then the back label has the pink That's All label on it. Next up is a UK import on Charisma, and this is Misunderstanding from the Duke album. And you know, I'll say the UK import picture sleeve stuff, you know, really blows away the domestic 7-inch picture sleeves, because they're so nice and thick and sturdy and not so, you know, very paper thin like the American stuff. And this is on the silver imprinted Charisma. And the B-side on this is Evidence of Autumn. Next, this is a really kind of rare one. This is a 7-inch of Turn It On Again, and this is a Japanese import. And this one is on the Mad Hatter Charisma label. And what's nice about this one is this is like the insert paper. And then look at the paper sleeve, the Phillips paper sleeve that it comes in. So, you know, that label to me always says Genesis. And the B-side on this one is Behind the Lines. Okay, next up is a UK famous Charisma label. And this is a 7-inch for Many Too Many. And the B-sides on this is The Day the Light Went Out in Vancouver. Okay, now we're moving into the family portion. This is a basic, very basic domestic copy of Peter Gabriel, Shock the Monkey on Geffen, B-sided with Soft Dog. And then some of my favorite pieces. These are UK imports, and this is on the green imprinted Charisma. And this is Peter Gabriel, I Have the Touch. And the B-side is Across the River. So there's the label. Next is Peter Gabriel's DIY, and the B-side is Perspective. And this is also a UK import. And I'll show you something a little different about this one. There's the back. Got the little Charisma Hatter up here. And what's neat about this one is, like, unlike the other Charisma 7-inch imports where the label is actually imprinted into the vinyl, this one is an actual paper, and it's purple. Well, you can see that there. So kind of neat. Next up, one of my favorite Peter Gabriel tracks of all time. I'm very, very happy to have this. This is a UK import for Biko. And I love the back cover to this. It actually has a little kind of bio thing for Biko. Some incredible photos. And this is on the white Charisma. Okay, and then here is Phil Collins, and this is If Leaving Me Is Easy. This is also an import. And this is on Virgin. B-sided with Drawing Board, In the Air Tonight, I Missed Again, If Leaving Me Is Easy. And I'm not one of those Genesis fans that, you know, a lot of Genesis fans are, oh, the Gabriel era was the best. I love all of Genesis, I'll be honest. Two different categories of Genesis by all means, but I still love them both. Now next up is another Phil Collins 7-inch. This is an import, and this is Don't Let Me Steal Your Heart Away. And this is also on Virgin. And the B-side on this is Thunder and Lightning. And this is on a different Virgin label. pink and blue. And those are my 7 inches. Now we'll get into the 12 inches. Now the first one is kind of like my holy grail. Derek calls them an artifact record. And this is in absolute near mint condition. An original issue, original pressing of From Genesis to Revelation on Decca. And these go for a pretty penny. And I actually really love this album. And I'll show you here. It does have the insert. Beautiful mint vinyl. Decca. And this album has been reprinted many times, and it's been parts of it have been reprinted many times in other Genesis LPs. Let's see here. Next up, unfortunately, I don't have a gatefold. This is a standard domestic copy of Trespass. I wish I had a gatefold copy of this. And this one is MCA. This is a MCA pressing. I wish I had a Charisma. Copy that. Next up, same thing. This is on Buddha Records. And this is, Buddha Charisma. It's been a while since I looked at this. Yes, it is Mad Hatter label. This is a non-gatefold copy of Foxtrot. Next, one of my absolute favorite Genesis albums. And this is a UK edition original pressing of Nursery Crime. And I love this album. And this is on the, a lot of people don't know this, but there's on the world famous Charisma label, on the Mad Hatter labels, there are variations, and this is on the large Mad Hatter. So when you look at the Hatter here, on some, his head is bigger than on some of the others, and Genesis collectors call them, large Hatter, small Hatter. This is a large Hatter label. And as I pull these out, you'll see that I use these sleeves. They all do have the original, inner sleeves as well. So, Nursery Crime. Nursery Crime again. And this is a Atlantic pressing, domestic pressing, with a standard, the green and orange Atlantic label. And you can see the difference in the pressings by the color. You see the color variant there? The next up, an absolute mint copy of the dual release of Nursery Crime and Foxtrot. And this is on the white Charisma label. Very tough LP to find, even tougher to find in really good condition. You know how black LPs are. They're just so tough to find in really nice shape. So I was very happy to find this. Next up, another dual LP set. The Best of Genesis. And this is on Buddha Records. And which is really a cool label. So this is a really good set, actually. Early Genesis. Next we have on London, Genesis in the Beginning. London label. And then next up we have Selling England by the Pound. And this is a Atlantic pressing. The little Atlantic down here. Standard domestic. And then I have a original Charisma pressing. You see the little hatter up there. And that's a small hatter. And then I have an import gatefold on Charisma. The photo on the back. Gatefold edition. Like I said, it's the large Mad Hatter label. Wow, I'm at 10 minutes already. Better hurry along. Next, I have a import edition of Genesis Live. And if I recall, I think this is the white Charisma. No, I'm sorry, blue Charisma. Very, very glossy. You can see it there. Very, very glossy cover. You know, I just love import stuff. Then next up, absolute mint condition copy, Japanese import of the Genesis story. And yes, it does look sideways because it is printed sideways. Gatefold. And it does have the Japanese insert and all that. It's also on the large hatter. And, you know, the Japanese stuff, what's really nice about it is their sleeves are so very thick. Like our domestic 180 gram reissue stuff that we do over here, their sleeves are real thick like that.